Tip. For our, everybody knows who you are, but for our viewers back home, could you give us a quick introduction? Let us know your name, where you're from, what you do.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Tip. I am from Cleveland, Ohio, by way of Miami, Florida, and I currently reside in Atlanta, Georgia. I am a visual artist. Every aspect of the word visual I like to execute, whether it's in the painting realm as far as physically touching it, or in the digital realm. I do digital art, photography, videography. If you can see it, I do it. Long story short.
Let's expound a little bit more on that visual art side. Let me know how you got started in that and what led you to make that take that from hobby to career.
I started in the visual art realm as a kid, honestly. I've always wanted to express. I've always found it very therapeutic and just very easy to express visually as far as drawing. So I started there. I've always been surrounded by the camera. My granddad was very heavily behind the camera. You never saw him. He was always here capturing moments with the family. So I'd say that's where I kind of got started. It wasn't until I got into college and I kind of saw everybody around me getting into their expressive ways. Like, I was kind of raised by my mom to like school, but I started to see the creatives around me kind of like pulling me back into where I really just love to be. So that's when I began to kind of take it serious. Being a black woman that obviously, maybe to some, not others, I am a part of the community, the LGBT community, and my girlfriend actually put my camera in my hands after years of not touching one, and that's kind of what started me back in that side of the visual side as well.
Okay. So let's talk about that moment. I'm sure once that camera was put in your hands, you may have had a sigh of relief because finally I get a way to express myself. But I also would imagine that it came with some nerves that were not necessarily in you, but placed in you based off of how that profession is dominated by the opposite sex. And even being a member of the community you're a part of, regardless of what you identify, who you identify with, it's still more of a challenge to kind of like jump into that industry.
True.
Explain your journey as a female photographer and how you kind of battled with, against the stigma.
Honestly, coming into this industry is very intimidating because a lot of the times all you see is those guys that run it. It's the male here, male there, and it kind of presented itself as a male-dominated industry. So coming into it, it was very nerve-wracking. I kind of just had to be me, in a sense, just create because I like the feeling of creating and kind of just block out any kind of opinions, whether it be female, whether it be male or not, just to be heard, just to be seen. That's all I've ever wanted, was to be seen and be able to express in the way that I wanted to express myself. So just breaking down the barrier of just being able to get past that, just being able to create itself was one thing, and then also presenting myself to those men as a masculine expressing female, I had to get past the nerves of that as well. Like, I've lived my life out loud. You get what you see, so just expressing and being able to attack the industry in that realm helped me kind of maneuver around the fact that, yeah, it may be male-dominated, but women have a voice too. We are here to show that we can ball with the best of them, you know what I mean? So just trying to block out all of that extra stuff and trying to like not make that a factor kind of helped me get my footing in this. Just see people for who they are because that's how I want people to see me. Forget the exterior, just look at the art. So I try to go into every situation, whether it be the art realm or the photography realm, and see it like that. Like, judge me and what I'm bringing to the table for what it is. Forget the exterior, judge the creation. You know what I mean? So I think that's how I kind of got my footing, got balance, and was able to just kind of come at any situation with confidence.
With that confidence and really that, like, what you explain is like what I think a lot of people could take a lot from, but I want to kind of add some value to that statement.
Okay.
By adding value, I want to ask if through that journey of kind of like trying to have your voice heard and establish yourself, did you use anybody as motivation or set a benchmark to like, hey, I want to create like them or I want to be like them? And I guess more specifically, were any of those women
of the people that want, ask the question again, I'm sorry, one more time.
Essentially, I wanted to know if you look up to anybody in the industry, more specifically, if you look up to any black women in the industry.
Wow, in the industry. Now, I will say all of my initial influences were male. Now that I've gotten a little further into the industry, I would say that Lena Waithe is one of those black females that kind of motivates me in a sense. It's actually quite a few of them because I pull from a lot of different realms as far as how I decide to create and express visually, but Lena Waithe, as far as her storytelling and how she tells a black story, like I'm very intrigued and inspired by how she does that, and even creatives as far as Missy Elliott, very out loud and in your face. And she's just very well respected and very not afraid to go outside of the box as far as how she expresses. So visually, I'm not afraid to throw some, like one of my favorite moments in the Missy Elliott videos was her spitting from the back of the screen to the front of the screen in one of her old school videos. So things like that, just throwing something random on a picture as far as my graphics are concerned. So I would say Lena Waithe and Missy Elliott are two of my favorite, idols as far as expression and deep diving and trying to be seen as far, Yeah, like Missy the GOAT. No.
That's a great reference point. Let's go ahead and wrap up. I want you to finish the statement. Well, I want you to make the statement and then explain. So the start the statement is like black women deserve better, and they deserve better because.
Black women deserve better because we are the backbone.
Black women deserve better, period.
Oh, and then say it again.
They deserve better because.
Okay. Black women deserve better. They deserve better because. Sorry, tongue twister. Black women deserve better. They deserve better because.
Because you had your hand right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, when we first started, but you ate that the way you said you ate it.
I ate it. This is funny. Black women deserve better. They deserve better because they are the backbone to everything on this earth, in my humblest opinion. I not only identify with black women by being one, but I love black women. I was raised by a black woman. I'm actually in a long-standing relationship with a black woman. I've seen women be drugged through the dirt. I've seen women be heard. I've seen women be glorified. They deserve the best in every aspect because not only do we nurture on everyone around us, we love on them, we grow them up, we are the backbone, we feed the youth, we feed each other. We are everything, in my opinion. I was raised by a strong black woman, and I just believe that everybody deserves to be loved unconditionally. And that's what I see the black woman as, an unconditional, strong individual, period.